Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be talking about activities children between the months 10 months and 12 months can work with. Yes, 10 to 12 months. So if you have children within that age, so please, this is an idea for you to pick one or two things. I'd like to start with some of the things that your child have been working with between the ages of 7 to 9 months can still go on. It's not compulsory they must have finished everything. Remember, all child are different. They are unique and they work at different pace. So some of the ones you think the child has not really mastered, remember, every activity in Montessori has a purpose. The child is working through the process, but at least the child should be able to complete the process. So if the child has not really mastered it, please let that child continue with those while you add some additional ones. So you might even see sometimes I might repeat some exercises because I know that child will have definitely not yet mastered it. So the first material I will talk about is the puzzle. In the last video of the 7 to 9 months, I talked about a single shaped puzzle. So one shape, that is circle, and that is 1. For this age of 10 to 12 months, this is where you now get a puzzle that is graded, circle big, circle medium, circle small, something like that. Yes. So if you find that's perfect, but this is where the child would now start to begin to differentiate that, okay, is this something like that. The second material is the object permanence box. Okay, it's called the object permanence box. I DIY'd this material because, of course, as you can see in this picture, it's not something I wanted to invest money into, I think, as at that time. And I'm like, if I can make it, why not? Me, I like what we can do. Yes. So I just got an oat container and cut out a circle in the head, in the container, in the lid of the container. Circle perfect enough to fit a ball. Remember in my last video I talked about having balls for your child, so perfect enough to fit a small size ball in the head. And then in the bottom I cut out a square shaped kind of opening where the ball can roll out from. So when you drop it in it, the child temporarily sees that the ball has gone, and then child looks down and sees that, oh, it comes out. So it's called object permanence. It just gives this child this speakable kind of thing that, okay, temporarily something can go, but it is not totally gone, it is still there. Children, they don't know that when they don't see something, if they feel it's disappeared and they go so that just helps that child's mind, and like, okay, the ball is gone, where is it, and oh, here it comes. So if you can make something that would fit that purpose, perfect for you. Another material which I feel like I'm going to be repeating from my previous video of 7 to 9 months is the big ring stacker. This child is still working on the ring stacker. You might observe that it was a struggle in the last 3 months rather. So please allow that child to continue with the ring stacker. You could bring out more ring stackers if you feel like, okay, 2, 3 is too small. And if the child, like my own second baby, she did not master it on time. She did not. It was like 15, it's not 13 to 15 months, it was 13 to 15 months that she now kind of got the gist, and then that was it. But you see, all of those 7 to 12 months, it was as if I was just speaking grammar to myself as I was putting it. But we're just enjoying that. It was just there making my shelf fine. And she would go chew on the rings, which is okay, really, it is okay. Another material I will mention here, but I never got it, it's something that I think is mostly imported, and I don't think I really got to make it by myself, was the egg in cup. So I would find a picture and put it here, where it's like a 3D puzzle where you have a 3D shaped egg and a cup that fits perfectly. So the child is holding the cup and then tries to fit it in. See, to us as an adult it is easy, but to that child it is struggle to fit it. So if you have other materials that can form that, maybe a ball or a square that just has this perfect cup or bowl of that same shape that it can sit into it perfectly, child can practice removing it. At first you put it back, the child removes it. Before you know, the child will start to make attempts even when you're not looking to fit it back into it. Another activity is the in and out walk. So this one, you can use your peg in the house, you can use anything around to just, you know, put it in a basket for the child, and maybe 2 baskets preferably. I'll prefer that you work with 2 baskets so that the child's movement is purposeful. Okay, I'm removing from this basket to this basket, or maybe to the floor. Anyways, from the basket to the floor, from the floor back into the basket. So it just gives the child this hand-eye coordination to remove, put back, and back and forth like that. Another material is the bean bags, like bean bags. I DIY'd this material. If you have seen my previous 10 to 12 months video, and I just put rice in some colorful bags and sew it up. So it's good to have the primary colors and maybe some extras like the red, yellow, blue, then the green, the purple, you know, like that. So just put some depending in the basket or in a container. Just make it just put it in a container somewhere. Note that all these materials, it has to be in a place so that the child knows this is for this place, you know, and then the child can stack it. So just please feel free to show the child different ways to work with that material. You can stack the bean bags 1, 2, 3 on top of each other. It is serious work for a child to focus and stack. You can use that bean bag to even do the in and out walk, transferring from the basket to the floor, from the floor back to the basket, from one basket to another. You can use it to do color sorting for your older toddler, so you could make even multiple of one color, you know, like that. So that bean bag is endless, and it will not just end with that little baby. If you can make it, please, why not invest in something like that? You can use needle and thread to sew, though. Does not mean if you don't have a machine. Yeah. And they sell, of course, they sell. It's in the market. Next activity will be the themed treasure baskets. Remember, in our last video, 7 to 9 months, themed treasure baskets. This is enhancing the language of the child. So you're looking at this, and the child, now this age, the child begins to babble, yes. So child can say dog and like doll, and you know, so just play around. It could be wild animals, it could be sea animals, it could even be kitchen utensils that are really miniature. It could be fruits, yes. So if you have miniature fruits, 3D fruits, you can just put it there. The list is endless. Themed, just make sure it has a theme, and then per time you can just change, rotate, just to expose that child to different vocabulary per time. Next is the ball tracker. If you've seen my previous video, there's this, okay, yeah, here it is, where I just used an egg storage stuff because it's kind of flows down. So I mean, that's my own ball tracker. The idea is to get something that you drop a ball and the child can use his eye to trace all of the journey, so it goes re-ra, and then down, and child is watching it in amusement and repeats it again. It helps the hand-eye coordination, of course, and it's fascinating for a child to invest in that. And I think there are DIYs to this too, so you can just go online and check. People actually settle down to use thick cartons to create something that can serve that purpose, that it will just go zigzag. So it does not have to be spiral like you can see in my video, but it could be something like zigzag. So it goes 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, as many as steps as possible. The next is cards in wallet. So at this age, the child can focus and remove cards in a wallet. I used my spoiled bad wallet. If you don't have a bad wallet, you can just surrender one of your wallets. It's not bad, you know. But it's just anything that has pockets for cards. Your old cards, some business cards that are not useful again, that you know that even if the child chews on because you expect lots of saliva, it will not get spoiled. So even the card itself has to be something healthy for that child to put in the mouth, please. So you fix in the cards, the child removes it. At this age, the child might not, well, maybe approaching 10, 12 months, but more of fixing the card so that the child removes, and then the child can one day attempt to fix it back into it. So it helps the child. Pincer grips because the child is struggling to pull it out. Hand-eye coordination because he has to focus to fix it back. And then critical thinking and problem solving because sometimes the card can be bent and you have to turn it to fix it. To even remove it, you have to think of a way to strategically turn. So a lot is happening in a child's brain while working with this material, and it's not something you have to even spend so much money or any money at all to get. Musical instruments. I got a little tambourine and a little xylophone. That has been my musical instrument since my first child. So even my second daughter picks up from there. It has always been on the shelf 247, like one of my materials. When we have devotion, we use it. If we don't, it's just there. It makes sound, and of course sense of hearing. Yes. And then you could, if you're a guru in music, you can start to teach. Oh, that's one thing I want to start to work on now, to start to teach that child some do, re, mi. See, children are not little to learn these things. It's just fun to keep them busy rather than watching cartoons endlessly. To help your mind. Walker wagon or pull-up toy. So at this age, the child is trying to stand up. So encourage the child to use the sofas to pull themselves up, to use, in fact, see, but even if you don't encourage the child to do it, they will do it. Children develop whether you help them to develop or not. It is just inside them. They push themselves. So enjoy it while you see it. And if you want to help that child to work, to help the child, rather than putting the child in a walker, I did not use walker at all. And my children walked on time. Every child walks on time anyways, no matter the time it walks. And you can invest in a walker wagon where the child just pushes it like a cart, pushes it, so it's going and the child is following it. It must be very firm. I'll find a video, a picture, and put it here. The child pushes it since the child is not standing or walking yet. So these are the few activities. They seem like a lot, but you don't, as usual, have to use everything. Pick a few that you can have available, and please just set it up in the space that has been designated for the child's play and work with it. If you don't have such space yet, please try to do. I think I have a video on how to set up no matter where you live. Just find a corner. It might be under your chair, it might be where the television is at the lower place. Just clear that place out and make it the child's play space. Remove any doors removable, make it beautiful, and it's fine. Just make sure it's an area where the child recognizes that it is my play space and I can go here and work with any material that is there. I hope this video helps you. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, to like, and share to those mothers and fathers that have children in this category. Thank you so much once again. See you in my next video. Bye.